Mercedes Monet wins her 10th title. So, Mercedes Monet has been on a roll ever since she hit the independent scene by racking up wins and titles wherever she goes. I mean, she's only winning titles wherever she goes. That's why she's doing the independent thing. Though she is signed with AEW, she makes appearances for other wrestling promotions, and recently she added a 10th title to her already impressive belt collection by winning the Body Slam Championship. Now, we went through this not too long ago, Dutch. And I told you every title she currently has. Out of the 9 at the time, 2 of them had any interest at all. One was the AEW TBS Championship, and the other one was the CMLL Championship. And then the rest of them were made up with smaller indies. The Rev Pro title, I've since found out, is 2 belts, but the 2 belts represent 1 title, right? Don't know, ask me why. And one of the other so-called belts she has is a trophy for the Owen Hart tournament win, which you don't defend like a title. You just have it for the year. So with this 10th title, she has now actually got an 8th belt, which, hang on one more second, Dutch, is with this, is 2 of the titles were from Poland, and other ones were just random English ones or wherever she could find an indie belt. This one is from Denmark. They are hunting out independent wrestling outfits with a women's title that they can borrow the title for a while, and now Mercedes Monet had to go all the way to Denmark to get it. What do you think?
Wait a minute. I don't know what it cost her to go to Denmark, but that's probably not a very popular tourist destination. So,
I don't know if you like bacon. You like bacon?
Do I like bacon?
Oh yeah, loads of bacon there. Yeah. Oh, and okay. Lego and bacon. That's Denmark.
Really, that's what Denmark is noted for. I didn't know that.
Pretty much.
Okay, but
and fish.
What I would do, I would seek out city titles, like let's just pick a town anywhere, like
Oshkosh.
Cookeville, Tennessee.
Cucamonga,
Oklahoma, or whatever. Just make up something, and she could get 100 belts. Now, to me, that would be interesting, and that might get some people to book her. What do you think she charges for a booking?
Do you know? I'm saying 5 figures maybe for an independent booking. I think she'd be 10,000 plus. Because hey, keep in mind she was in Stardom a couple of years ago. She was allegedly charging over 100,000 a match. So she's getting, and Tony Khan's paying her ridiculous money as well. I could see her making 15,000, an independent match plus travel arrangements and hotels easily.
Well, she has the vehicle to do it now. All she got to do is get her agent to working that she would come in and she would win the title on their show and prominently display it across the world. This is how to get it's one way to get your organization known, worldwide, is by bringing her in, paying her $15,000 so she can win the title and take it to Japan or wherever.
Okay,
I swear that would work on some promoters.
My opinion is that is like buying advertising space at a golf course, right?
So
they sell you. Oh, your sponsorship, your advertisement will be prominently displayed on the 14th hole of the tee off, right? But no one looks at them, and all it is that you're just spending a lot of money to ignore advertising. And here's the other thing: is that I bet even like the most hardcore AEW fan couldn't actually name where these belts come from, like without having to look at a list. I don't see these independent wrestling associations or promotions or whatever getting any actual tangible, useful publicity out of this whatsoever.
But for her, it'd be great.
For her, it's great.
Let's say she's got 19 titles, and can she complete the 20 by winning against somebody at a certain time. And promoters would pay that because there are a lot of people who've gotten into wrestling whose visions were always bigger than their bank account or what their bank account could be. So who charged $5,000 to a promoter, or he was getting $5,000 an appearance? Matt Riddle.
Mm.
Did you read that? Did you?
Yeah.
$5,000. That's a lot of money. If somebody came to me and said, "I'll come in for $5,000," I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you just sit there?" And I'll give. I tell you what. I'll pay you $100 just to stay there. It's a lot cheaper than they're bringing you in. So, but I do like. Now I kind of like the idea of her getting all these belts because that's a good story. It's a great story. Oh. And I'd say it's got about another 2-year run, and then it's gone.
I've got a challenge for you as a booker. How to make sense of this, Dutch?
Yep.
So Mercedes has got the secondary AEW title still, the TBS Championship. She wrestled Toni Storm, I think, All In a couple of months ago, and she was the AEW World Women's Championship, which is the main one. She lost cleanly to Toni Storm. So therefore, I'm sort of thinking, okay, well, her entire character is that she always wins all these belts.
Yeah.
But in AEW lore now, she's found her ceiling, and she's apparently not World Championship material because she had her shot and she lost cleanly. So my theory would be, she was already doing the belt collector thing prior. My idea would have been that since she lost to Toni Storm, then she now loses all of her belts, and then she slowly unravels and goes more crazy and does the thing that you did, Dutch. You know, she starts doing temper tantrum. She loses a belt, loses a match, and then she essentially does the temper tantrum, takes all the attention for herself still, builds the character. And then at some point in the future, you have the rebuilding phase of Mercedes Monet where therefore she starts going after the world title again. Because now there's nowhere for her to go up now. She has to go down because she's not world title material.
And just to give me an idea when you were talking about that, and this is how ideas are formed. We're driving somewhere, and you give me that idea as crazy as it sounds. And I said, wait a minute, there is an upside to this. We catch her at her lowest point. She is on the side of the road with a sign.
We'll drop pants for food.
No, it is really so stupid, it's good. And she says, I will dance for money, or I will sing, and people throwing quarters in there or whatever. And somebody goes and finds her. She has to have a sponsor. And it's another girl wrestler. And they come and see her, and they can't stand to see her in the situation that she's in, and they slowly bring her back. And that's a long build, and have her start, trying to train and get her back as she was. And it was probably the greatest comeback story ever, because you can do a lot of vignettes in that. Just check in on how she's doing, and she's a little better, and she's a little better. You can't drag it out too long, but she has to start having matches, I think, within, say, a month or 6 weeks of when you find her, and let her build it back, not to where it was, but at least she's on the road to recovery. But she may not even want, but it's all bullshit anyway. You could do all kind of stupid stuff with it. And she would have some ideas for it. The one you have to convince to do this would be her.
Well, I'd convince her by saying, well, I pay your wages, so if you want to keep earning money, then you will do exactly what I say. Or you can quit.
That is a good way.
I find that a good motivator, Dutch.
It is, but you're not Tony Khan. You know what I mean? And he may not want to take that hard line. And I love this gimmick. It's really all up to her how much she wants to go in on it. And if she doesn't see the value of it, then don't even. You have to tell people this before you even start, because if they don't like it, I guarantee you it will not get over.